Listen, y'all. Just when we thought that the drama between 50 and Big Meech couldn't get any messy, 50 just cranked up the petty all the way. Now he's coming for Boosie, calling him out for betrayal. And to make things worse, Boosie is now being labeled as a snitch, just like Big Meech. But what went down, y'all? And why is 50 putting Boosie on blast? Grab your popcorn, because we're breaking it all the way down.
Meech, you could pop that. I know you've been behind the walls, but you know 50 didn't fool with Ross. Why did you think it'd be a good idea to get in the pictures and start getting close to dude? It's so $50. If 50 might make your son a millionaire, then you come home to the, you know what I'm saying? Because 50 may put your life on TV and had your son playing you. You gonna do this. Even little Meech mad at you, bro, because you missed his thing. 50 to cut y'all off. Everybody tried to get it cut to one.
Are you sure performing at the Big Meech party? Yeah, I'm performing. I gave Big Meech my word, that I was gonna perform, and I give a man my word, that's my word. I don't know what's going on, I can't just pull away from not performing over something, they got going on with him and 50 and all this going on.
Boosie have spoke out and said he not boycott. He said he gave his word to 50. He's going to show up.
Yeah. I saw that. They pick and choose. Not that I'm saying, Meech is a snitch or anything like that. But man, they pick and choose who they want to put the snitch jacket on and who they want it to apply to. So that's why I say, man, all that.
It turns out that 50 Cent is up Ling Boosie as an op, after clips resurfaced of Boosie announcing he'd be performing at Big Meech's Welcome Back concert. But that wasn't even the worst part. Other clips also show Boosie bad taking shots at 50 straight up, saying that if he were Little Meech, he would have told 50 to F off. And let's just say 50 didn't take that lightly. And also, just like Rick Ross, Boosie has just made an enemy, and it was the wrong one. Because if there's anything that anybody knows about 50C is that when he feels betrayed, he goes to the next level of pettiness and eventually cuts people off without even looking back. And recently, he's been coming for Boosie from every angle. While letting this one slide anytime soon in the past, Boosie has always stood 10 toes down against people he believed were snitches. I mean, just look at how he called Alo. So when it came to Big Meech, people expected Boosie to keep the same energy. But instead said he defended Big Meech, claiming that he hadn't seen any paperwork proving that Meech actually snitched on anyone, y'all. This had people side-eyeing him extra hard, because he had just proved Charleston White correct. Let's not forget the last time Boosie even suspected T was an informant. He immediately scrapped their joint album, making it clear that he had a strict no-snitching policy, no matter who it was. But now it's looking like all that tough talk might have only applied to a certain show for free. Y'all think I would charge someone who just came home? Y'all just think I'm heartless. But whether or not he was selling the true 50 Cent, and his followers weren't buying it. And soon enough, everybody was accusing Boosie of picking and choosing which industry rat to call out now. If you've been keeping up with the drama, though, between 50 Cent and Big Meech, then you already know 50 has been sounding the alarm on Meech for some weeks now. And he particularly took to Instagram with a now deleted post that sent social media into a frenzy, along with a photo of a big old rat. 50 dropped a caption that had everybody talking on that rat. He wrote, "I think I'm Big Meech." Many saw this as a double jab, obviously one aimed at Big Meech and the other at Rick Ross, since the line comes straight from Ross's song BMF. And if that wasn't bad enough, 50 doubled down, adding, "The biggest mistake I ever made was sustaining in his relationship with Tommy Collins. Her tell-all docu series reveals the truth." Now that one line that people wondering what exactly is in this documentary. And what does 50Y know that the rest of us don't? 50Y even went on to share a phone call conversation he had with Tammy Collins, where she seemed to be warming up about spilling the beans on Big Meech, and honestly, the drama was getting too real. Now, part of the reason the internet took a wild turn earlier this February, when 50 Cent suddenly started coming from the online. Now, first off, Meech was sentenced back in 2008 to 30 years in prison. But somehow he walked free in his 18th year. Let's be real a second for a millisecond. That definitely raised some eyebrows in the streets. And that's exactly where the drama started. But trust me, it goes way deeper than that to someone like 50 Cent. The whole situation felt real suspicious, but wasn't just a speculation that had him going after Big Meech from every angle online. For one, Tammy Cohen, the longtime business associate of Meech, was rumored to have flipped and become an FBI informant after Meech went to jail. And here's the kicker, Meech had literally sold her the rights to his life story, giving her control over everything BMF related while he was behind bars. But it doesn't stop there, because the deeper you dig the mess, the whole situation gets. According to WAC 100, Big Meech was allegedly feeding information to Tammy Cohen's while he was in prison, sharing everything he heard behind bars. In turn, Tammy was passing that info to the FBI, and that exchange was supposedly led to Meech getting out early. But here's where it gets even messier, because Tammy Cohen's wasn't just any business associate. She was also 50 Cent's co-producer on the Black Mafia family show. Now Tammy and Big Meech go as far back in 2007, because the duo had worked closely together. And by their own words, their relationship was more than just business, if you catch my drift. And that's where things get really interesting, because a lot of people believe that somewhere along the line, Tammy might have got feelings for Big Meech and mixed business with pleasure. So back in 2014, while Meech was still behind bars for dealing with illegal substances, Tammy didn't hold back when talking about her bond with the media. In fact, she straight up called me her best friend, and even said, "I could tell you this has been one of the best experiences in my life to have him as my best friend." And y'all know, when a woman who's writing after publicly calling you her bestie, you must have messed up big time. But for 50 Cent, Beach's biggest mistake was cutting ties with Tammy Cohen's, because now she was allegedly about to do all the talking in the up-and-coming tell-off series. And guess what? 50 himself is said to produce it. But to drive his point home, 50 Cent took to Instagram again, and this time he posted a video of a man talking about being a snitch. 50 Cent had Big Meech's head photoshopped on the 50 Cent was trying to say that post made it crystal clear. And if you thought that that was petty, just wait, because it gets worse. A lot of people believe that Tammy Cohen turned on Big Meech for one of two reasons. Either he wanted to get his life rights back from snitched while in prison, then he should have made sure that information stayed between him and Tammy. Because if there was one person who knew everything, it was her. And for what it's worth, Tammy had dedicated years of her career making sure Meech got out of prison, and still had everything in place when he returned. But while all of this was going down, Meech wasn't just sitting back letting the internet run wild with the rumors. He came out and denied the allegations, saying the only reason he got out early was because of an amendment to the law, not because he cooperated with anyone. Well, this explanation didn't sit right with a lot of people. Why? Because in 20,121, a judge only reduced Meech's sentence by 3 years, citing good reason. And let's be real, there's a huge difference between 3 years and 12 years that got shaved off of his sentence. But moving on, Meech didn't just let the rumor slide. He actually made a video response directly addressing the snitching allegations. And let's just say his explanation had people even more divided.
I wasn't going to address this because I'm not trying to let nobody trick me off the streets. But I never folded, never told, never will. Death before dishonor, always with me. So I'm doing this for my loved ones and the support of my friends and family to come out to the Amarant Arena, February 13th.
Before all these explanations, Meech thought he could match 50 Cent's level of pettiness. But he felt miserably. He tried to clap back by posting the photo of himself and 50, but with the sticker of a rat holding cheese placed over 50's face, writing "Internet Gangster" on it. On, still trying to figure out the internet. But that move definitely backfired hard, because instead of shutting down the rumors, it only made things worse. And people were not here for these games. They wanted Meech to address the accusations head on, not throw out subliminals. And just when things couldn't get any messier, 50 got even more pissed when his longtime op Rick Ross, the boss, popped up in a video at Meech about Meech anymore. This was turning into a full-blown war. I mean, picture this. You've got a friend who's been holding you down, helping your son make money while you are locked up, even going as far as making your life a whole TV show for your benefit and legacy. Then you finally get out of jail after breaking the street code, and instead of making things right with that friend, you pull the ultimate petty move. You link up with this biggest enemy, a guy who's been dissing him for decades. And not only that, but you let his enemy be one to endorse your concert. Now imagine how that must have looked, because Rick Ross, 50 Cent's longtime rival, was out here publicly co-signing Big Meech and acting like he's the one keeping it real. But we all think like, oh, so this is what we doing now. Seeing how the drama was playing out, if he didn't hold back, he straight up threatened to cancel BMF series where Lil Me stars as his father. That's when fans knew that things were getting real, because 50 actually unfollowed Lil Meech on IG, and then threw some extra shade by posting on his IG story, saying Lil Meech going to be on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I'll give Mona Scott a call for him later today, y'all. That's what Lil Meech knew he had to pick up a side fast too. It was a choice between his career and financial security, or his dad, who had just gotten out of jail with nothing to his name, and in a leaked DM that 50 Cent himself posted online, Lil Meech was caught dissing both his own father and Rick Ross, practically begging 50 not to pull the plug on a BMF series. And here's what the message said: "They just told me you won't follow me off Instagram. And now you managing Skilla Baby with Rocket. When I brought him around you first, when you didn't have a clue who he was, now you mad at me when I would take the shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. I've only showed you love and loyalty, and human, I go through my own but I never switched up on you, F. Ross. But he gave my dad some bread so he could afford to pay his bills until our next season starts. This internet is just throwing me off, man. You know me in real life." But that wasn't all, because Little Mitch didn't just try to defend himself. He also addressed his father's recent link-up with Rick Ross, making it very clear where he stood. F. Ross. "But he gave my dad some bread so he can afford to pay his bills until our next season starts," he said, referencing the hit BMF series on Starz. "This internet is just throwing me off, man. You know me." Obvious Little M was feeling the pressure, and it was intense. But 50 Cent, however, clapped back with a cold response. "What next season, little ninja, y'all?" This response must have hit Lil Meech straight in the heart. Because let's be real, that wasn't just a reply, that was a dagger to the heart. And what's even sadder is that the one person who's mostly affected by this whole mess is Lil Meech, and he's out here taking a huge hit, all because of his daddy. Now, a lot of people have been wondering, why did 50 Cent have to go so petty? But it seems 50 Cent wanted to send a message to Big Meech, and he definitely did. But here's the deal: many believe that Little Mitch dicing his own father on 50's BMS might have R50 the wrong way. Instead of making him feel like Lil Mech was loyal, it probably made him think, if you can turn on your own pops this easily, how do I know you won't flip on me next? And I mean, let's not forget 50's own son, Maris, flipped on him too. Their relationship fell apart after Maris was spotted chilling with 50's enemy supreme, McGriff's son, in 2018, and 50 felt betrayed. And now that Little Mech is doing the same to his father, 50 probably feels history repeating itself. And in a recent clip making on the internet, fans couldn't help but notice how defeated Lil Meech looked. Not only did his private conversation with 50 get leaked, but it also did nothing to change 50's mind about ending the series. Meanwhile, people like Boosie have been clowning Little Meech all over social media, calling him out for trying to suck up to 50. And in Boosie's words, he said,
a genuine kind of love for 50 on his response. Fuck you, nigga. Let my daddy, nigga, fuck you, nigga. Nigga, let's go to the war, nigga, fuck you. And everything you nigga, fuck you. I don't know what Meech was on something. Nigga, that's my Paul, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Like, no, nigga, I don't give a fuck, nigga. My son, nigga, you nigga, my nigga, I ain't gonna go against this ground. Fuck that. I was like, damn.
And why 50 Cent clapped back at Boosie for throwing jabs at him. And he said, I did more for Little Meech than anyone in his life, Boosie. That's why he responded like that. If he gets locked up, I'm the first person he calls to bail him out. Every time when I saw him laughing at his Pops post, I said, oh, he's a snake to belong with him. And y'all, now that Boosie has made it clear whose side he's on, it looks like he's going to be the next Rick Ross and 50 Cent's open. But let's be real, nobody can take Ross's top spot now. Fans are divided over this whole drama. And some say 50 has every right to be petty and take down anyone siding with his ops, while others are clowning him for dragging a 24-year-old into his beef with his father. But that's where things get even more messy, because some people are straight up calling 50 a bully, accusing him of not just trying to intimidate Lil Meech, but also Boosie. But y'all, what do you think about this latest beef? Is 50 Cent taking things too far with his Big Me drama? And is it fair that Little Me is paying a price for its father's fallout? With 50, drop a dozen comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't you dare forget to subscribe and like and hit that notification bell, cause you don't want to miss out on all this celebrity drama. I think I'm Big ML Hoer.